Reach high, aim high, and obtain.
If you're looking for comfort food, I have found that my favorite to go to is my mom's famous lasagna. This is a real treat. She's been making it for over 40 years for the family, and it is my preferred item for my special birthday dinner. Let's make it together. Back to our channel, TaylorIt, and today we're going to be making what, Mom? Spaghetti sauce. And then we're going to use the spaghetti sauce to make lasagna, right?
Right.
So the first thing is you need ground beef. So we're going to open up, is it 2 pounds, Mom?
We're going to use 2 pounds.
We're going to use 2 pounds, okay. We're opening up 2 pounds of ground beef, and we're putting it in our cast iron skillet here. And we like to use one that has a bit of a higher rim to it, so it doesn't get so much splattering going on.
Oh, we love that skillet because it's so high.
Yeah, it just makes things a whole lot easier for us, right?
Exactly.
Second package is a little bit harder. It's not wanting to get open. There we go. Okay, 2 pounds. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna put these packages in the trash, and then we'll just turn on the light. Do I need to add water or any oil, Mom?
Cook it a little bit slow, and I think the fat itself will
Take care of it for us?
taking
But
care
that's
of it.
because it's still just a hair frozen, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you would want to add something, correct? So now we have a little bit of steam coming off of the meat. We are in the process of finishing the browning of the meat. You can see there's just a little bit of tinge of red because we're finishing up. And the positive is because the meat was originally frozen and it just had a little bit of texture still in the packaging, that it was still kind of on the cold side. We were able to use the natural waters in the meat to actually take care of it, because you can see it came out beautifully. Let me see if I can push it here to the side. You can see there's a bit of water there. And I also, while it was cooking, I scraped the meat down as it cooked. So I basically ended up making it like a shredded beef. Isn't that the best way to put it, Mom? Or is it just ground up?
You just chopped it.
Just chopped it. Okay. Mom's the expert on this. She's teaching me her famous dish here. So that's why I keep referring to my mom, because this is her recipe and her specific skill set with this lasagna. I've always loved my mom's lasagna. So I'm sharing that with you here today. And she's sharing it with me and us together. So we now have our meat fully cooked now. So I'm assuming I just turn off the eye.
Yes.
Okay. So let me turn off the eye and we'll let this cool down. And then we're going to move to my La Chamba. So we are moving over to my La Chamba here. And the reason that we're specifically using this large La Chamba container is because we're going to be working with tomatoes. And tomatoes, it's a known fact that it tends to leach metal. And so I got this La Chamba, and it also has underneath a special heat disbursement plate, so that makes sure that the La Chamba cooks evenly, doesn't get any hot spots. I noticed I was getting hot spots from the round one I had, so I actually went with and purchased the size and the item that the La Chamba brand recommended here, so that going forward that hot spot wouldn't happen anymore to this beautiful clay. So what do I need to do now, Mom? Because you had me open up all these tomato pastes. 4 cans of tomato paste.
Okay, so put the ground beef in the La Chamba.
Oh, I put the ground beef in there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, let me get my mitts here. Maybe you can help me scrape it into the container here, Mom.
Be right there.
I'm going to give her my spoon here so that we can do that. Although this is still a little bit hot. Should we let it cool down just a little bit? You think I'm not? Okay. So let me give you the spoon so you can scrape it. I'm going to lift this up And
Okay.
she's going to help scrape this in.
Perfect.
Okay, did we get everything?
Mhm. Pretty much. I mean, there's some, oh, let's see. You're right, there's a lot more in there.
Okay. And of course, we're using wood spoons and spatula because, again, we're looking to avoid metal and silicone because of what we're ready to do. Okay, so now what do we do? Okay, so I've got 14.5 ounce organic diced tomatoes that we're going to use here. But I will say that for us, once our garden comes on with our tomatoes, we won't be using the cans. But right now we're really needing our tomato sauce. We can't wait for our tomatoes. So how many pounds or cups are we doing here?
Empty all the tomatoes in. It should equal out to about 9 cups of tomatoes.
Okay, so we're doing 9 cups of diced tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 cans of diced tomatoes. And we're specifically doing the organic ones.
Right.
We're very adamant about being as healthy as we can with our foods. We don't necessarily like using the cans, but sometimes you kind of have to work with what you got. So now we've got, let me see if I can bring it in. Let me see if I can make this just a hair higher. Oops, my stand's not wanting to stand up high enough. Let's see. There we go. I'll see if I can hold that there at least for a little bit so you can see. And so then what we did is we actually opened up the bottom. This is again, it's organic tomato paste, but we opened up the bottom and the top because that way you can actually push down on one of the sides and the tomato paste will actually come right out, which I love doing. The only thing is you then have to make sure you get the tomato paste off of that last piece carefully while making sure you take care of your fingers. All right. So that's 4 cans, 6 ounces each of organic tomato paste.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do the next one here. Okay, so we'll take off the bottom on this one. It didn't stay attached. And we'll just push that on through and peel off top there. Again, peel off the bottom and push through from the top. Most of the time it'll just slide right out, but sometimes it sticks there. Right?
I love that methodology.
Yep. I learned that years ago. Been doing it ever since. Just makes things a lot easier.
Thank you.
5 cans organic
Parsley.
diced tomatoes, 4 cans tomato paste, and this is parsley. How much parsley is this, Mom?
That's 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of parsley. And this is actually fresh parsley from our garden, right?
Right.
Let me see if I can. There we go. I think that's actually, oh, there we go. That way you can see into the container better. Okay.
And that would be 1 tablespoon of oregano.
1 tablespoon fresh oregano. That's why it's looking a little bit discolored. It got chopped. Right? And again, fresh, because you want to be as fresh as
all of
possible.
this.
Okay, so now what's this?
Okay, so that is a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper,
Okay.
1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice,
Okay.
and a 1.5 teaspoons of salt.
Okay, this is very, very cool. Look at that, how she did that plate for us so beautifully. Thank you. Okay.
And there's a cup of chopped green peppers.
Okay. You're good. I just want to make sure it was on. Okay. And that was green peppers. We actually froze green peppers from our garden last year, had them in the freezer, and we just took them out and chopped what we needed, right? So this is fresh from our garden as well.
Except frozen.
Well,
Here's
fresh.
the,
It was just fresh last year.
Right.
And now what's this you've got
that
here?
is 2 tablespoons of vinegar.
Oh, but this looks like apple cider vinegar.
It is.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Okay.
And 1 tablespoon of honey.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to use my measuring spoon here. Oops. I got to get the jar open first. And of course, this is organic raw honey, right?
Yes.
Because we're adamant about having good quality products. And especially because Grandpa, meaning Mom's dad, was actually a beekeeper. So we're very adamant about
And he won prizes for his
honey. Yeah. It wasn't at the state fair?
Yes. Well, county fair.
Was it county? I couldn't remember if it was county
fair,
or state.
First prize.
First prize county. Awesome. And didn't you win one for your pumpkin, I think it was?
Yes.
Yeah. So it runs in the family, the importance on health and farming and having the best that you can possibly do. Right?
Perfect.
Okay. Was that enough?
Yes.
I hope I got as much in there. It's kind of sticking to our spoon. So I hope I got enough in there.
So we just
Now what?
we cook it now for an hour and a half.
Just turn on the eye then?
Yes.
Okay, and then because this is a La Chamba, you're actually supposed to cook this on low heat. So we're going to stir this all together so that we can get everything as well incorporated as possible for the flavors and everything to come together. And then I'm going to put the La Chamba lid on it and let it do its thing. But because we're doing the La Chamba, obviously we would have to cook it just a little bit longer than the hour, because the hour I think is based off of not a La Chamba, or is it? You think?
No, an hour and a half is regular pot. So
Regular pot?
that's why I say an hour and a half at least.
Okay, so we're going to actually cook this an hour and a half. So I'm going to set, this is looking pretty stirred. So I'm going to end up setting us an hour and a half timer because Mom added an extra half hour because we are using a clay pot. And we're just going to let it simmer on a low heat, do its fabulous incorporation things. I can already smell it. It's smelling delicious. And we will let this do its thing. And I think we will have an excellent result here. And so let's put on the lid and we'll come back together when it has been the hour and a half. Thank you. Now Mom and me are making, what layer is this? Is this the ricotta layer or?
Yes.
Okay, so ricotta layer. Bring a cup here to get my half a cup of grating. And I'm using this beautiful stainless steel grater that my parents bought me as a birthday gift last year to get this to be quick. And yes, there are people that do go out and get the pre-shredded Parmesan Reggiano stuff, but I found out that they put anti-caking agents in it, so we actually like getting the block of cheese and then shredding. Now, what are you doing on your side there, Mom? I can bring this forward a little bit so everybody can see. So what are you doing?
Well, I've got salt.
How much salt?
I've got 2 teaspoons of salt.
2 teaspoons of salt, okay.
And half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper.
Ooh.
And that next is going to be cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you had cinnamon in that dish.
Yes, cinnamon. So then,
Okay.
and this is parsley here.
How much parsley?
This is 2 tablespoons of parsley.
Okay. Finely cut.
Yes. 2 eggs.
Okay.
And then a pound of
I'm getting
a
confused.
pound of the
ricotta. Oh, okay. And half a cup of the Parmesan Reggiano.
Right. Okay, so I think we're done. We just combine all the ingredients.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we just dump it all in here? So that's why we have a 4-cup measuring cup.
Yeah, we
I'm
have it
assuming?
just so we have extra room to
Okay.
mix.
Make sure we got. Now, what is this? Is this is the stuff that goes on the noodles?
Lasagna pasta.
Okay, and we still have the noodles.
Put this layer on first. Then we top it with the meat sauce that you're cooking now, the La Chamba.
Okay.
And then after that, then you put your mozzarella.
Okay, and so this all gets mixed together. And so I guess the next step is I have to make noodles.
And there you go.
But I'm making actually egg noodles. So I'm using a lo mein noodle recipe, but I'm going to tweak it to just stay flat noodles that are long and square instead of cutting them into the small strips. And that way we have a quality homemade noodle that's pure protein.
Very good.
So that is our mixture now. So I'm going to put this to the side. And I guess we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now, Mommy, what do we do now?
Cut the pasta noodles the size of the lasagna noodles, the size of your pan here.
So I guess like to right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can maybe use this one noodle then as my guide.
There you go.
Okay, now what, Mom?
Put some sauce, meat sauce here in the bottom.
Okay, so let's see how our meat sauce turned out here. I haven't looked at it. Oh, wow, it smells delicious. Don't you think? I mean, my goodness, the smell when I lifted that pot up. Oh, wow, that's delicious. Let's take a gander at that. Ooh, look at that. That came out beautifully.
Isn't that beautiful?
I mean, it looks completely different from where we started. But that's because we've done a long cooking time. I think, what time did we start cooking this? Because I think we did longer than the hour and a half because we just left it on low. And then we ate our dinner.
Other things that came up.
Yeah, so we ended up doing, well, probably 2 or 3 hours at least on this. But, I mean, the extra cooking time doesn't hurt it because it's in a La Chamba. So, okay. This right here is like one of my favorite tools. It's an olive wood ladle. So I don't have to worry about. Okay, so I just
get mostly sauce because it's
it's kind of hard to
just
get
to keep the from sticking.
Okay,
I just put it on that bottom layer.
Put it as a bottom layer. Okay. Well, I think that I've got so much meat, not a lot of sauce. Should I scoop out the extra, like the meat and stuff?
Because it just needs something to keep it from sticking.
Okay, because this is so chunky, I don't think our noodles will lay flat otherwise.
It won't.
So I'll check. Thankfully, I have clean hands.
Okay.
Okay, let me give it some sauce there.
Put some of your pasta down.
Okay, so let me grab. Should I use the little noodles? Okay, use the bigger noodles. Okay. And we don't have to worry about cooking these beforehand?
No, because it'll cook in the sauce.
Okay. Okay, should I do 2 or should I try and...
You can slice one down the middle.
So
like
I
one
should...
of these side ones here.
I could do a thin one because I got this really, really thin one here.
Okay.
And that way, how's that look?
That's great.
That's good? Okay, now what?
Put your cheese, ricotta cheese.
Okay, this cheese stuff. Okay. How much do I do?
Just enough to cover it.
Just enough? Like, how much is enough? Because these are...
That needs more.
Well, we've got so many layers, I feel like we don't got enough ricotta.
We may not use all the layers, babe.
Oh, we won't? Oh, okay.
Probably not. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, is that too much or just right?
In fact, you could put a little bit more on it.
Oh, it's not enough? I was worried about putting too much on and not having enough for
There you go. That's
remaining
perfect.
layers. Okay. This is where Mom's expertise comes in. She's been doing lasagna as long as I've been alive and longer. Huh, Mommy? Don't you think?
That's perfect.
I grew up on this. Minus the noodles, because I added the noodle part.
Yes, the noodles is your expertise.
Yeah. So this is actually a mother-daughter recipe now, because I made the noodles.
Because I've never done the
Noodle part
myself.
I think you usually bought it with the noodles, but you always made sure they were whole wheat. That's what I remember growing up, is it was always whole wheat. So she always did her best to make sure we ate really well. And still does, actually. I need to add that. It wasn't just in childhood. Okay. Is that good? Okay. Now
put some meat on it.
Okay. Should probably stir this just a little bit. Okay. How much? Like just
cover it over.
Is that too much or do I need more?
You can go to the next.
Like that. Because that's good stuff.
Like Goldie Hawn and Overboard, right?
Yeah. I love that scene.
I love that movie.
You can hear it. She does that so well, saying, "Oh, it's good stuff."
We have mozzarella. Where did you say it was, babe?
Daddy's hoping we have enough left over for him to have for like sauces and stuff. But we will see.
I do. I do.
Okay, now, so now we do this layer. Okay, so we're doing Organic Valley mozzarella. Ideally, we'd have it not pre-grated, but we already had this on hand, huh? Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Isn't it beautiful already?
Oh, I love it. I've always, when it's my birthday, I always request Mom to make her lasagna. So now she's actually teaching me how to make it. This is cool. We're actually all learning together, huh? And plus, didn't you say you wanted to mention the book you got your sauce recipe?
Yes.
Originally
everybody that eats my lasagna ends up asking for the recipe. And it came from a Rodale Press book.
A what?
Rodale Press book. And it's called Stocking Up. Published. Oh, let's see. It's copyrighted, at least, in 1977. So it goes back quite a few years.
Didn't you guys get it as like an anniversary or vacation gift?
After I came back from a vacation, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I think I saw the book over there, so I can show them real quick. And yeah, let me see. Okay,
it has years of use. So
yes. So
spotted.
this is how the book actually looks. I don't know. Can you see that? Okay, Mom, on the camera. And then this is the actual lasagna meat sauce and everything recipe. And of course you can see Mom's beautiful handwriting because you got to make notes in your book, right?
Right. And it called for more salt and I didn't like it.
And then this is how it looks on the inside. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. It's called Stocking Up. There it is. And oh, trying to find it. There we go.
There you go.
That's the page I'm looking. It's edited by Carol Hupping Stoner by the staff of Organic Gardening and Farming. Did you know that? That's pretty cool. I'll put that over there to the side. I had to show that because I knew you were wanting to make sure that you conveyed that that was a recipe that you acquired, right?
Right. It's not
Okay.
my
Am I doing this
creation.
right?
It's one that I got from that fantastic recipe.
But it's like any good cook. I think you have to start somewhere.
You do.
So this is we're gonna put our lasagna in the oven. What you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can get a piece of lasagna here.
Are you hungry?
I am.
So we cooked it. We cooked it at 350 for an hour.
Okay, can I eat it?
Yep.
Mm. Mm. God, that's good. We put fresh oregano, fresh parsley,
The good stuff, right?
all the good stuff. That is good. Mm. God, that's good.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.